Best for racing coverage champion hunter steeplechase. It's a €30,000 race, but it was won last year by On the Fringe. You're 5-4 on favourite, but he also won it, of course, in 15, in 14. All ridden by Nina Carberry for 3 years. Then, of course, in 2012 and 2010, it was ridden by the late and great John Thomas McNamara. He's here to win it for a sixth time. Can he do it? Number 1 is Balnaslow, Derek O'Connor. 2, Dante's King, Roderick Kavanagh takes 7 off. 3 is Dimple, Liam Quinlan. 4, Home Farm, Gerard O'Loughlin takes 7 off for Andy Lynch. 5, Mindip Express, the mount of David Maxwell. Manila for Value, doing all its best work at the finish. Declan Queally, riding for his dad, takes 3 pounds off. Monsieur Gibraltar is Lorcan Williams, takes 7 off. The rearing saddle slot number 7. On the Fringe is your favourite, Jamie Codd. Number 8, 9, Sodechon, Gerard Spain claims the 7. And number 10, Maple Mons, the mount of Barry O'Neill. Good to see this on television, Tom.
3 years on the bounce. It's been as simple as turn up in Punchestown, invested on the Fringe, go to bookmaker, collect. He's favourite and he's very well supported today. But this is really difficult now because 3 runs this season, no victory for him. And bear in mind, is Father Time catching up with him? Only maybe. This is his stage and punters once again putting their faith in him. But some of the competition, money around for the likes of Monsieur Gibraltar coming over from Britain, trained by Rose Loxton on the same complex as Paul Nicholls. He won at Ascot under rules last time. And also look at the Philip Hobbs challenge, Mendip Express. He's been well supported, round about 10 and 12 to 1. Balnaslow ran a cracker in Aintree a couple of weeks ago, so it's harder today for On the Fringe. Despite that, market confidence 15-8 favourite.
Yes, I've got Graham McKeever beside me. He has Balnaslow, and you've got the man of the moment on board. Anyway, Derek O'Connor, he's in good hands.
Yeah. I think he knows his way around there okay now. So, yeah.
The horse looks really, really well.
Yeah, he's came out of Aintree a lot better than he came out of Cheltenham. So, look at if he does it today. Now he put in a star performance to win. But yeah.
And the 3 miles shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think so. I think it was the last fence that caught him out in Cheltenham, so I can't see it being a problem.
The very best of luck to Graham.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is On the Fringe, and what a horse he is. He's done the double-double, but he won't do the treble-trouble, and it hasn't gone right for him this season. Everything looked good at Leopardstown in February, but he went to Cheltenham, ran a dullish enough race to be 4th, and then got behind and stayed there when he went to Aintree. He's got cheek pieces on. There's plenty of confidence, it seems now.
One is Balnaslow, a formerly Jigginstown horse. This horse has been a real revelation for the McKeever family right through. He won a nice few point of points, and he's run well in his Hunters chases, and he ran a cracker in the Fox Hunters at Liverpool and ran well at Cheltenham also. I mean,
there's Monsieur Gibraltar, trained by Rose Loxton. He's on a hat-trick, this fella, and went to Ascot earlier on this month and came home 10 lengths or so in front. Winner at Taunton back in February as well. In good order.
Mendip Express, Philip Hobbs is runner over here. David Maxwell rides him. He was no match for Denure at Aintree, but he was beaten, and Balnaslow holds him on that run. He has a couple of decent runs under his belt, second at Ludlow, but you'd imagine the likes of Balnaslow and On the Fringe have him well and truly.
This is a danger to them all, I think.
Yes.
You know, he went to Cheltenham, finished within 4 lengths of the winner, Pasha de Polder, had plenty of these behind, then goes on to Castletown, Gagan and Drummerhan, and is really impressive. Just actually gets home by short head at Drummerhan, but he's a danger to all, this old Vic horse.
10 here, Maple Mons, David Christie's runner. She has a chance too. She's won a hat of point of points. She won the Joseph O'Reilly well at Ferryhouse. It might have been a weak enough Joseph O'Reilly. She'll have a bit more to do with Balnaslow and On the Fringe, but she's sure to run well. Looks terrific as well too. She's had plenty of racing. I think she might have won about 15 or 16 point of points.
And Sir Deschamps we're looking at here. Sir Deschamps, a former Punchestown Gold Cup winner. That was 4 years ago or so. He's had his training problems. He's no longer a force, and he's a 12-1 shot here in this Hunter chase.
Number 3 is Dimple. Dimple skated in around Tramore, loves a bit of good ground. He's not without a shout now. He's 25-1, and it's a big step up from the Tramore race he won. But he's sluiced in around there, loved the good ground. I don't know if Chris ground is even quick enough for him. It was quick ground when he won at Tramore.
And home ground, once finished 3rd in an Irish National. I thought he was going to do more than that. I remember seeing him as a young horse and thinking he'd pick up something really decent, but still 3rd in an Irish National. He's 16-1 here. He's now 10 years old.
Dante's King, Well, his owner getting great fun out of him. He's had ridden him in several races. Roderick is finding struggles with the weight. He's a big, tall lad, 6'2" or 3", but he's had a great fun out of these couple of Hunters Chasers, and this horse has given him some great spins. He was fourth on him with Joseph O'Reilly at Ferriers. I'm sure he'd be delighted to finish the slowest again today. It's a tidy enough Hunters Chase. They're all the best of them we've seen around, with the exception of my own horse, Fox Rocker here. He ran in the Irish National, so straight away his hunt certificate is cancelled once you run under rules. He'd be the leading one of these. He's beaten these horses. He beat on the Fringe at Leopardstown, and he beat Balnaslow up the north in Hunters Chase.
How long, Ted, before
next year again?
Yeah,
he has to wait and get a new hunter certificate, and if at any stage, I think it's a good idea. You can't be mixing and matching them over and back. Next year he'll be qualified to run in Liverpool and Cheltenham as well too. He's got to have 2 years before he goes there.
What do you make of On the Fringe?
On the Fringe, if you could eliminate the run the last day, he got a terrible fright at the chair, and he never got in contention, but he ran a good race to the Fox Hunters at Cheltenham. He was fourth, finished well. If he reproduces that, I think he'll win. No doubt he will win. Put a pair of cheek pieces, not like in this stage. Maybe he thinks at 12 years of age he's hanging the latch a bit. I thought he ran well at Leopardstown, and then we all thought he'd win at Cheltenham. Just got a bit far back in the race. He was never travelling, Jamie said. Looks great, working great, and I think he'll be good enough for these. But he has to be on his best behaviour. At 12, I mean, he doesn't have to be as good as he was when he was 9 or 10 to beat Balnaslow, but he has to be as good as he can be at 12. 12 is a good old age for a horse. He's been at it. The late John Thomas won his first race on him here as a 5-year-old. He's won 6 of these. And it does a great old job to keep him as happy as he did. He missed a year, got some bit of an old niggle and missed a year. He's a great looking horse as well too.
Certainly is. On the Fringe, lads, he's the horse that everybody wants. That's the way it would seem. Nice prize for this star. Best for racing coverage champion, Hunter Chase. 30,000 to be spread about. 18,750 to the winner. Money for the first time home, and Jamie Codd will have seen his great rival Patrick Mullins ride a couple of winners. That brings it down to 3, but time running out.
It's unlikely that the Patrick is going to ride a treble tomorrow, like.
Very true.
Thought it was unlikely he'd ride 2 Grade 1 winners today, but he did.
Very true. Here's the betting.
And 142-1 double as well, Ted, for Patrick Mullins. On the Fringe was 3-1 this morning. The money has come. Cheek Pieces first time, bidding to win the race for the 6th time. On the Fringe, 13-8 favourite, Tom.
Yeah, the market's suggesting the alternative. The value could be Manila for value. Well named perhaps, because he's been very well supported. Excellent run at Cheltenham last time. I wonder, what does our commentator Richard Pugh think of this?
I think it's absolutely impossible to guess what's going to happen with On the Fringe. I disagree with Ted. I just think at the chair he was even beaten at that stage. This is a horse that travels extremely well in his races. Nearly too well. He got there too early against Foxrock and Leopardstown. He didn't travel in Cheltenham. He wasn't even travelling at the chair in Aintree. I thought even though it was the 3rd fence he was beaten. If he's back to his best, we know is the best. Balnaslow probably deserves it. He's put in 2 big performances, but we're about to find out. They're racing in the Star Best for Racing coverage. Champion Hunter Chase, and as they go to the first, Balnaslow is prominent, but so is On the Fringe, and in the centre is Manila for value as they clear their first. He reached for it On the Fringe, but they're all safely out over fence number 1. And racing on now to go towards the first of the ditches, and as they do so, the one that takes them along is Manila for value, with Mendip Express under David Maxwell is going up to take a share of the lead. On the Fringe is right down the inside. Maple Mun's the one that goes out wide. Just inside her is Balnaslow. Sir de Champ is in mid-division, and the blue jacket of Monsieur Gibraltar is next. Home Farm and the stripes down the inside, and the early back marker is Dante's King. So now they take the turn, bringing them out of the back straight and on towards fences 3 and 4 before they turn in first time, and it's Mendip Express under David Maxwell. He was 5th at Aintree in the Fox Hunters last time. He leads them round, being followed down the inside by Dimple under young Liam Quinlan. Rode his first winner earlier this season, making a big impression in the point-to-point field. He rides Dimple down the inside. Manila for value is next just outside under Declan Quealy. Balnaslow, Derek O'Connor plotting a wide route, and just inside him is Barry O'Neill and Maple Mons. On the Fringe in the white cap goes the inside route. Then comes the former Gold Cup runner-up Sir de Champ, Jerry Spain aboard. Next up is Dantes King and Roderick Kavanagh. Towards the back is Monsieur Gibraltar and Lorcan Williams, and Home Farm is down the inside under Garoda Loughlin. So now they take the fence before they turn into the straight, and on towards fences 5 and 6 the next they'll meet. Mendip Express, here's Pricked, is going to lead them in. The big grey Dimple is racing in second, being followed in third by Balnaslow. He's on the outside. On the inside is Manila for Value. They're being followed by Maple Mons, who's wide. On the fringe, the inside. In between them, Sir Deschamps. Next up behind these is Dantes King. They're being followed by Monsieur Gibraltar, and Home Farm tucked in at the back of the field down the inside. First the two fences in the straight. Jumping a little off to his left there was Mendip Express, but still leads. Dimple is in the centre. Balnaslow is over on the near side. Just inside him, Manila for Value on the fringe, bidding to win this for the 6th time. First took it as a 5-year-old. He's back here contesting it as a 12-year-old. Twice under John Thomas McNamara, 3 times under Nina Carberry. Jamie Codd would like to do it here as a 12-year-old on the fringe. They race up to past the post. Dimple is about to take on Mendip Express, and there was a head between them that time around. Balnaslow is third. He was 5th at Cheltenham, 2nd at Aintree. He's been running well in all the big ones. Manila for Value, he's won 5 point of points this season, bidding for success here on the Hunter Chase Sphere. Towards the outside is the 12-time point winner, the champion point to point mare Maple Mons on the outside. On the fringes on the inside, then Sir Deschamps, being followed by Monsieur Gibraltar and Home Farm, and on the near side is Dantes King as they go out over that one and race into the turn that's going to bring them across the top of the track. And Dimple racing pretty wide into the bend from Mendip Express, is racing in second. Balnaslow is third, a former Willie Mullins inmate, but now under the care of Graham McKeever. Down the inside is an approving on the fringe. He's got back into position. Manila for Value is just outside him. Maple Mons is next. Home Farm is towards the back with Sir Deschamps as they clear that one and make their way now towards the dip. Slightly niggled along there for a few strides is Sir Deschamps. So down the hill they go with Dimple, Mendip Express, Balnaslow, the 1, 2, 3. Manila for Value is 4. 5 down the inside on the fringe. Wide out is Maple Mons. Further back to Monsieur Gibraltar. Then comes Dantes King. They're being followed by Sir Deschamps, and the back marker is Home Farm. Jamie Codd about 3/4 ways back on the inside on the fringe. He is 3 winners ahead of Patrick Mullins. Patrick has 4 rides left. If Jamie can win this, he ensures at least a share of the amateur title. As he takes that one, he just steadied up into it there on the fringe, but it is in front. Dimple leading from Mendip Express. Right there in third is Manila for Value, being followed by Balnaslow, who's wide on the fringe, the inside, and in between them is Maple Mons as they clear that one. Home Farm's just trying to get into it a little with Dantes King. Monsieur Gibraltar is next, and Sir Deschamps just feeling the pinch at the back of the field. Into the back straight they go. Fences 10, 11 and 12. They're just beginning to stretch a little out now as Dimple just goes on a length or so to Mendip Express in second. Balnaslow third. Manila for Value 4. A couple of lengths back behind these to Maple Mons, and they're being followed by On the Fringe, who's next. They're all pretty widespread across the track as they come towards this one. Dimple being followed in second by Mendip Express. Lost one at the back there. That's the first one to go. We've lost Sir Deschamps there as they go to the fence right across the far side. Dimple, Mendip Express. Back in third is Balnaslow. They're being followed out over that one by a good jump by On the Fringe, who jumped up into fourth. Further back behind these, Manila for Value, and then comes Maple Mons. Home Farm is next with Monsieur Gibraltar coming right up on the outside of Dimple, being followed in third by Balnaslow. Then comes Manila for Value, but Maple Mons is next. It's not comfortable for On the Fringe, but he's not out of it. Home Farm is next, then Dantes King and Monsieur Gibraltar, plenty with chances to the fourth last, and as they go out over it, in front Mendip Express, Balnaslow the outside, Dimple is just behind them, and then comes On the Fringe, being followed by Maple Mons, who's trying to box on. Now they make their way towards the third last, and in front it is Derek O'Connor aboard Balnaslow. Mendip Express is second. Down the inside, Manila for Value. Monsieur Gibraltar's getting into it. On the Fringe, not out of it. They're being followed by Home Farm, and then a break to Maple Mons. Now they turn towards home, and Balnaslow will come to the front. Mendip Express is second. Manila for Value is third. They're being followed by Monsieur Gibraltar as they straighten up towards home, and it's Balnaslow who's going to lead them in from Mendip Express in second. Back in third is Manila for Value. Home Farm, Monsieur Gibraltar won't be On the Fringe this time. They're clear from Dantes King and Maple Mons. At the second last, Balnaslow over on the near side. Far side, Mendip Express is mounting a challenge. Derek O'Connor the near side, and Balnaslow, David Maxwell and Mendip Express. They go head to head to the final fence. They're clear from Manila for Value. One to jump, and it's Balnaslow the near side with the advantage. Mendip Express just won't go away. Balnaslow and Mendip Express, they're clear from Manila for Value, and now Balnaslow's beginning to assert. Mendip Express is trying to mount another challenge on the far side. Balnaslow needs the line. Mendip Express, Balnaslow gets up from Mendip Express in second. Manila for Value. Home Farm and they're being followed in by one on the fringe, Monsieur Gibraltar and Dante's King. Maple Mons and Dimple pulled up, but it is an ex-Willie Mullins trained runner. This one is Balnaslow, trained by Graham McKeever, ridden by Derek O'Connor in Peggy Hagan's colours. There you see her there on the screen. She'll get an absolute huge kick out of this. What a supporter. You don't miss her in any field in Northern Ireland, hail, rain or snow. She's won one of the big ones, and after entry in Cheltenham, doesn't she deserve it?
She does indeed. She does indeed. This horse got a great ride off of Derek. He took a wide berth all the way out on the best of the ground. I thought that Mendip Express might worry him. He's not a glutton to stay, but he stayed 3 miles well. He stayed almost 3 1/4 at Cheltenham. He ran a cracker in the Fox Hunters at Liverpool, and Mendip Express has run a cracker, giving young David Maxwell a great ride. I mean, in fairness to David Maxwell, he has probably, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not taking from Jamie Codd, they're 2 brilliant riders, as good an amateur rider as we've ever seen in my lifetime on over fences is Derek O'Connor. He's a beautiful man to ride to a fence. He's a great judge of pace, and he really is with a horse, and he's strong into the bargain. Both horses left the second last well. On the outside, you have a man who's ridden 1,000 point winners and a couple of 100 winners under rules. On the other side, you have a man riding his own horse, David Maxwell, and he's given that a great old cheery ride too. He's never reverted to a backhander, slapped him down the shoulder and could do no more. He's an amateur. This man on the near side is a professional amateur, and that made a little bit of a difference there, but both of them can hold their heads up high. Derek will be delighted, big win for him, and David Maxwell can be nothing but delighted with himself as well.
Oh, what a terrific race. Let's hear from the winning owner.
Yeah, I'm joined by Peggy Hagan here, who is 89 years old, I believe, is it?
Yes, I'll be 90 this year.
Very good, congratulations. Balnaslow, he's absolutely fabulous horse, isn't he?
He's absolutely gorgeous. He's a great horse, and he has done so well up to now, but he's been unlucky. You know, he was unlucky at the entry, and he was unlucky at the other races there, and he has done so well this time. But Graham McKeever has had great patience with him, and it's all credit to Graham. Graham and Derek are a great duo together, you know.
Derek was absolutely brilliant on him there, but he must be great fun to bring you around to all the big festivals.
Oh, indeed it is. It's the only time I'm out now is festivals. That and visits to the doctor.
Well, don't go too well tonight, so congratulations.
I'm delighted, really. And funny, this is one of the days that my whole family are not here. The other 2 days they were, both at Cheltenham and at Aintree, but today they weren't all able to come, so they'll be kicking themselves now. I'm delighted.
Well done. I'm sure he'll be back in soon, so go and join him for the celebrations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, well done to Derek, but I tell you what, David Maxwell has just ridden in with the broadest grin. He got so much fun out of Mendip Express. This is a horse, Mendip Express, who's taken him to Cheltenham, taken him to Aintree. They've brought him over here to Punchestown. He was third a year ago. Today he's been runner-up, and as Ted alluded to, we have 2 very different riders. Derek, who's one of the greatest we've ever seen in the amateur ranks, and good old David Maxwell there, owner rider, who's had a day to remember as well.
Yeah, Derek on the near side. I mean, Derek could hold his own with any of the top professionals, as you saw there a while ago with Patrick Mullins, Jamie Codd, Nina or Katie. You drop them in there with the top professionals. They don't look out of place. They're riding every day of the week. This man on the left is riding his own horse. He's doing it for a bit of fun. He's got a great old tune out of him, and more power to him. And Derek will love this, and people connected with this horse too will love it as well too, because there, as I said, Andy Mack talked to him there. They're basically love it point game, and this horse has given him a lot of fun. He won down at Ballin earlier on in the year. I saw him when he won there, and the McKeevers do a great job with him as well too. A special mention to them. They got this old horse nice and sweet and running out of his skin, and he looks a picture into the bargain too. Looks great. Well done, Derek.
Yeah, they're really pleased with it. Ted, it's been a wonderful day. It's we've got another day of the season to come, but it's been exciting.
It's been a great Punchestown. The quality of racing has been outstanding. The quality of riding has been outstanding, and you couldn't ask for any more. If anybody came here who's a true lover of national hunt sport, they saw some of the best finishes we've ever seen. We might have seen better horses, but we've never seen better finishers, and we've seen some terrific riding by a wide range of riders. Puppy Power taking the honours with all the winners, but we've seen a lot of good lads here and a lot of great horses. It's a wonderful meeting, and long may it last. Punchestown they always say glorious Punchestown or peerless Punchestown. It's a wonderful place. It's been in the national hunt folklore for donkey's years. I remember my father and my Uncle Ted coming here in a pony and trap from Kildare in 1936, and I can understand why they came.
And Patrick, of course, what a day for him today. I mean, 2 Grade 1s, fantastic again.
Fantastic. If you said coming here to the races today, Patrick was 5 behind Jamie Codd, I thought he'd no chance. But if someone said to me he's going to ride 2 Grade 1 winners today, I thought he wouldn't have any chance as well. And he gave the 2 of them brilliant rides, totally different rides. He slipped the field and our horse let him bowl along on Wicklow Brave, and then he got up to beat a very, very good jockey, a man right the top of his form, Robbie Power on the other horse. Great spectacle, great to see it, and I'm sure everybody connected with horses and jockeys must be proud.
We've got Apple's Jade to look forward to tomorrow, and the 4-year-olds.
Yeah, we have the 4-year-olds. Gordon still has a chance with Apple Jade and the horse of Jones's that he runs in the 4-year race. If he won both of them, he'd be back in with a shout again. But he now has to win both of them. Well, Willie has loads of them as well.
It's all to play for, but don't forget, tomorrow we are back at the earlier time. It's 2:50 on